Okay, so we're going to be adding a tip and guard. The tip that comes with it is a 517, so let's just start with that, okay? The paint is pretty much straight out of the bucket. So we're going to spray what we call UK standard. Most technical data sheets with the paint will specify a 517 tip at 2000 psi. So we'll start at that stage, okay? I might have to mess around with it a little bit more pressure if we've got some tailing, but let's do that. Obviously, for a safety factor, we want to make sure that we're not putting ourselves at risk. So the first thing we're going to do is go back to the machine and we're going to turn the prime valve down into the dump position. Because if it's in the dump position, as you've seen, we can't actually get any pressure to the gun. The second thing we're going to do is obviously put the trigger lock on so that we're safe. Then we're going to add the tip and the guard. We're spraying on a vertical because the paper's up and down. So that's a vertical position. That is spraying on a horizontal position. So let's go back. Let's just nip that up, straighten that, look across the tip, make sure that this isn't out of line. So from here, across here to here, that's all straight. So that's a good setup. The gun is set up, the tip is chosen, everything's nice and tight, trigger lock is on. What we're going to do is turn the prime valve into inline position, and then we're going to increase the pressure. The thing is with the Tritechs, what you need to bear in mind is they have this like a little boost at the beginning. So you turn the pressure and it feels like nothing's happening, so you keep turning it. Then it'll do this massive bob bob and jump. So just have a little bit of patience, okay? It's just the motherboard, the electronics catching up with everything. Let it just come to a point, maybe 1000 psi, and then it will just increase absolutely lovely, just in little increments. So let's do that. Bang on 2000 psi. That is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gloves and mask, because it's the way I prefer to spray. But what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to release the trigger lock. I'm going to get you to stand to the side, and I always want you to put your gun to the side. The floor should be protected at this stage, and all I'm going to get you to do is literally just pull the trigger once. Just to make sure we've got no blockages. Everything's seated correctly. If there was any problem, we would know it now. It's far better to have a problem down here, pretty much on the floor, as opposed to here in front of you when you start spraying, for two reasons. One, you're at risk, and two, you're going to make a right mess of your work. So just always do a quick test every time you set up your machine, every time you change something, and just double check it and then carry on. Guys, I've been spraying for over 20 years. Still got my health. I might have lost a little bit of the old brain cells, but I've still got my health. Masks are really important. They've just got better over the years. At the moment, we've been using these for quite a few years. These are JSPs, MIDI mask, very comfortable, easy to take on, take off. You want minimum P2, okay? That's particulates. My advice is, if you're going to be doing a lot of sanding, dealing with MDF, just go to full extent, top of the range, ABEK, A-B-E-K, okay? It's just a preference. I like gloves. As you can see, my mask is, it's well worn, the gloves. This is what we do. You know, we do spray a hell of a lot on site, and we know how to get the results. So we know how to get the best out of these machines. I'm just showing you at a basic level. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step up and try and get 2 or 3 decent fan patterns. So let's see what happens. 2000 psi as the technical data sheet says. So let's do it. There you go, guys. Nice and simple. That's all set up. The paint's good, the pressure's good, and everything else. So overall, pretty cool.